Welcome back to another episode of New Tales Retold. And today we are discussing What If Episode 2, Star-Lord T'Challa. Nice, we get to see Chadwick as T'Challa one more time
One more time.
in the
He's never
MCU.
been.
Uh
You said one more time. He's never been Star Lord.
well, we get to see him as
In the
T'Challa.
MCU.
Yeah. um yeah, this episode it was cool to see T'Challa, but I don't know. It the decision behind it was so for such a minor decision that created such a drastic
Yeah.
outcomes, and carrying over from what you said last week about it seemed like Peggy becoming Captain America was just overall a better outcome.
Yeah.
Same thing here. Him becoming Star Lord, complete
Yeah.
better outcome.
It's true.
Um what did we get? We got
Thanos was good. Nebula was good. Never tortured.
never tortured. They had a thing, right?
Yeah.
And they had a thing, and Thanos didn't want to snap half the universe.
Yeah. They had an argument.
They had an argument, and they convinced him.
Yeah. T'Challa. That's all they needed to do was send T'Challa after him.
Mm-hmm.
And they would have had an argument.
They would have had an
And then
argument.
T'Challa would have made him good again. Well, made him good. Period.
It's like it's funny because you can't even argue what's worse. It's like what's worse, him having an argument and that's what stopped Thanos, or Yondu sending his people, and they somehow grab the Wakandan prince.
Yeah. Instead of the kid from Missouri.
The reasoning that makes a bit sense is they were searching for they said it
Large amounts of cosmic energy.
yeah,
And
so
the vibranium pulled them towards Wakanda.
so it's like, okay, but I mean the Watcher did also like specify, wrong place, wrong time. That's all it takes, and a whole new um
That's
we get a
what
whole
I
new.
find so dumb. It's all it takes.
That's all it
Wrong
takes.
place, wrong time. That's all it takes, really.
It's crazy because you get the same opening scene as Star Lord, except we didn't get the dancing. We should have got the dancing. It would have been pretty funny. Of him going to the orb,
Oh, yeah.
and then
Yeah, but
Cor.
that was this guy's personality.
That's true. Yeah, that was his
Peter's
personality.
It's not
Yeah,
T'Challa's personality.
that is true. That is true. But then Korath turns out Korath's like a huge fucking fan of Star Lord, and people actually know who Star Lord is.
Yeah.
Like that's messed up. It's a
Well,
slap to Peter Quill.
it makes sense. That makes sense because think about it. He Peter was just a kid that they picked up, and he had to learn to fight on his own. And what these people to teach him,
Yeah.
and T'Challa's from Wakanda. And
Yeah,
they taught him how to fight.
he got lost throwing a spear.
Yeah.
So it's like it makes sense that he's fit. Like I don't know.
Even he shouldn't have super strength though, because at the time he wasn't Black Panther. He was a kid.
Yeah, they're supposed to take the herb. I
Mhm.
don't know if they're gonna, I don't know, do some little retcon on that. Especially now that it worked with the plant being destroyed, but now that the Black Panther mantle
Yeah.
will go to someone else, how are they gonna be super strong and super unless somehow someone recreates the plant?
Wait, what do you mean?
Because remember, they ate the plant, and that's what
Uh-huh.
made them super strong and everything. This guy Killmonger burnt.
Yeah, but this is when T'Challa's a kid when What If happened. So that whole Killmonger
That's
thing
what I'm
never
saying.
happened.
But he never took the herb either. So that's what I'm saying. I'm agreeing with you that he never took the herb. He was never Black Panther.
Yeah.
He was a child, so he shouldn't be super strong. And
Yeah.
fighting and then we get our main villain who ends up pretty much taking Thanos's role in the universe,
Oh,
the
yeah,
Collector. And how that happens is pretty
That doesn't
wild.
really make sense.
But to see him that strong and then fighting, well, he's just a human fighting the Collector, who's just super buffed up and steroid out, and
Yeah, I don't know about super strong as Thanos. It took him
they
and
made it
Yondu.
seem like it, like because he came out, he was all buff, like he
Yeah,
did not
but
look like that in MCU. Like, yeah, you working out.
Thanos manhandled Doctor Strange, Iron Man, Spider-Man, and the
Yeah.
Guardians of the Galaxy at the same time.
Yeah, that's true.
Granted, he did have a stone, but he still did it.
Yeah,
Fought the Hulk
fought the Hulk, slapped
without
him,
a stone, slapped him around. I don't think that collector would be able to fight the
My
Hulk.
God. What I do like, even though some of the changes because of the decisions are kind of like, whoa, that's a that's a huge change for such a minor
Yeah,
thing. One thing that's cool that they actually made sure to put in there was Drax,
yeah,
because Thanos never killed his family. He never went on a
yeah.
revenge trip throughout the universe. He was a bartender.
Mhm.
Drax the Destroyer. They made him a bartender. It's fucked up.
That is fucked up. Drax the Destroyer is a Star-Lord fan.
And and we didn't even get a hint at Gamora. That's right, cause Thanos never
Yeah.
went.
So she's living her life in her
Yeah,
planet.
Rocket and Groot are still doing their thing in space.
Yeah. Yeah, because they met each other prior to Guardians.
Mm-hmm. It's so weird. What's crazy is one, he has the Black Order as security. It's like, damn, he really took the
And they all
Thanos
died
role.
in stupid ways again.
Yeah, again. Again. I'm glad they showed more of their potential though, because they were both. So you had two of them fighting Thanos, and they were holding their own for a good while.
God, that
So
Thanos was bitch ass though. Super
yeah,
nerfed.
super nerfed. Because he's good now. He doesn't want to kill.
Yeah, he does. He
Yeah,
just
no,
is trying to
secretly
find another
he's
way.
like, you can call it what you want.
It's not genocide.
It's not
It's because
genocide.
it's
It's
random.
random. Yeah, this fucking guy is wild. And then one big question I had while watching this with the collector is they show his weapons. He has
Oh yeah,
Cap
the collection
shield.
of weapons.
He has Mjolnir. He has Hela's helmet. Malekith's dagger.
Yeah.
It's like, did he defeat all these people?
Probably.
Mjolnir? First of all, you have to be worthy to wield it. How did you even get it there? Like, is he really worthy?
Bro, if an elevator can move it, so can a fucking machine.
Right? A forklift? Just like,
Yeah.
yo, just cut out the cement.
Yeah.
Just lift it. We're going to
Just-
take
no,
it this
just-
way.
just- it's the collector. He probably created a robot. And he's like, yo, lift that shit.
Right?
And the robot's like, get back. It's a robot. It's not sentient.
Yeah.
It's just like, how can you say if it's worthy or not? Vision picked it up.
Right? And that's another thing about that whole setup with him. They made me realize they threw him in there in one of his cages. How strong are those cages? Because he has like collections of
Different
beings
species,
throughout the
yeah.
universe. Like, some of these people are probably strong.
Yeah.
Like, could
No,
he
I
have
could say they're
could
pretty
he have
brolic.
put Thanos in one of them, and that's it? Thanos would have just been
I doubt it.
right. Like, get out of here, headbutt that shit open. Get out
Bro,
of here with
click
that.
it. This is- Open.
Yeah. Um. Yeah, it was weird. It was weird changes, but cool because it's all like happy ending, and in the
Yeah.
end, he gets he has like a little spat with Yondu similar to
Yeah. Star-Lord.
Star Lord, Peter Quill, but in the end, both his families meet and it's happily ever after, and it's
Yeah.
like, yay.
Yeah, it's just weird. Because they made it seem like the decisions made in the canon MCU. Well, and
All the worst decisions.
Yeah. Yet they were making it seem like they were the best decisions, the only decisions they could make.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like now you're showing all these other decisions and they're better.
Like, that's gonna be crazy if they still go forward with this and we get an episode of like, what if, I don't know, Tony didn't snap and all of a sudden there's a better outcome. And you're like, but wasn't that the one? Train said it. It was the one.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's weird.
It's weird. But it was cool seeing T'Challa again,
Yeah.
and then we'll get a nice, from what we're hearing, we'll get a nice tribute to him in Wakanda Forever.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that's it. It's a short episode. It wasn't all these episodes are short. We're like 20
Yeah.
minutes at most. So
Not much really happened.
can't really break
they felt
down
like
much.
recaps.
yeah, right. Little recaps with just different characters.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's because they're rushed and they're short.
Yeah.
If they were a bit longer, we'd get more explanation, more.
I don't know. I feel like it'd still be the same.
You think
Just
so?
not as rushed because it's like, I don't know. The decisions made in this, I was not a big fan of.
Yeah.
It's just like, oh, it's just this happy endings. And the fact that they say that it's canon.
Right. So it's like, there's a
Wow.
perfect timeline somewhere,
Yeah.
especially if they tie all.
Well,
this
I don't know
what if
about all these
together.
being different timelines because, or the same timeline because he had Cap's shield.
Yeah.
And does that mean that Cap wasn't Peggy was supposed to become Cap,
Yeah.
and it didn't have the star, so it
Mm-mm.
can't be the same.
No, they can't unless they somehow
Had fucking two.
which in the comics they did.
They had like
They
fucking
had a
20.
few, but there was always the main one that was
Yeah,
actually
which was Caps.
yeah. But yes, let us know what you guys think of the episode. Comment down below. Do you guys completely disagree or agree? Hit the like button, subscribe. We'll see you all in the next one.